this is Cossie with One Elegant Event, Wedding and Event Planning. How are you all doing today? We're doing great here. Today we are going to talk about bridal show tips. There are so many bridal shows going on all around the country, and I know from all the experience that I've talked to the brides at different shows, when they get there, they are so excited. And you're going to be excited when you go because there's so much to see. I mean, there's flower arrangements. You get to taste lots of cake. Oh my God, delicious. You get to taste food, and you get to see other vendors. You get to meet different photographers. You get to meet wedding planners like myself. You get to see beautiful fashion shows with gorgeous gowns, some couture, some more affordable, some in all different price ranges. I've even seen antique bridal show runway shows. So, you're going to have a wonderful time when you go to these bridal shows. But what happens is, a lot of times you go, you don't know what to expect, and then you get there, and then you get, oh my God, you're so overwhelmed. Because when there's like 10 photographers, and like 7 wedding planners, and 10 cake vendors, you're just like, oh my God, who do I pick? And then you find out, you may need a trolley, or you may see photo booths, so you may see video, or you may see some new photo booth videos, or some new dessert idea, and you just, in 2 hours, your mind is blown. You're like, oh my God, what am I doing? And then at every booth, you have to give them your information they ask for it. And you're like, by the end, your hand is all cramped up like this. And you're like, I'm not writing anymore. And then, you're just exhausted. So we're going to give you some tips on how to survive a bridal show, how to have a good time. And when you leave, you get all the information that you leave. First of all, what I suggest is do not come in stilettos. That is such a bad idea. First of all, depending on where you have it at or where they have it at, you may be walking, half a mile before you even get to the hotel or the ballroom or the venue or the park or wherever they decide, but you have to walk from the parking garage or from the street. And by the time you get in, you're already tired. Your feet hurt. Well, we all know shoes have expiration dates, and we say wear tennis shoes. Tennis shoes are flats. Wear some really cute tennis shoes, some really cute flats, and you'll make it for the 3-4 hours you're there at the bridal show, and you'll still be smiling, and you can actually hear what some of the vendors are telling you about, because some of them are offering you really good deals and specials and gifts, and you can't really hear if your feet are screaming. Your feet is like, ah, and they're talking, and you have no idea what they said because your feet are hurting, and you're like, whatever. So you don't want to miss a good deal because your feet is hurting. Second of all, I know it's fun to bring your bridesmaids and your mother and your mother-in-law and your mom's friend and your friend, and you have a whole posse full of people. But, it's easier and more beneficial for you if you stick to, 3 people. Find 3 people that are some decision makers who can help you, who kind of think like you, so you won't get a whole lot of conflict, and go with you. And, you may want to discuss with them beforehand what you need, what you're looking for, so they can keep an eye out, too, especially if you're going to one of these huge bridal shows. I mean, if it's a small bridal show, hey, you may get away with bringing all your bridesmaids, but with a big one, that's a whole lot to cover in such a short time. And you don't want to miss anything. I mean, your favorite photographer could be in the room and you miss out because you had your best friend or your other friend or somebody else talking to you while they're trying to give you like the deal of a lifetime. And a lot of times they are offering a deal of a lifetime, but you have to book them at the show. And if you miss it, it's gone forever. You don't want to do that. Also, when you go to all these booths, different booths, they're going to ask you for your name, your phone number, your email address, your mailing address. They usually have something besides the big giveaway at the bridal shows at each individual booth that a vendor's giving. They may be giving you a $100 bottle of champagne to register for, or you may be registered for free cake knives, or a free photo session, or some free cupcakes. Something nice or a percentage off of what you are needing. So what I say is get you some mailing labels and put it on there. Print you out, I would say about 100 labels with your first and last name, your groom's first and last name, your wedding date, your address, your phone number, and your email. And then when they ask you for you, that's all you have to do is take out your little sheet with your name and information on there and peel it off and stick it right there on their card or in their book, wherever, and you're all set to go. It took you 2 seconds, and even if you don't want to carry this around, they always give you a bag, so you can stick it in that bag, pull it out, psst, you're done, and you're like, amazing. And when you leave, you don't have your hand all cramped up, so that's really great too. Another tip, our fourth tip is when you find vendors there that you really love, maybe you see me and you love me at the bridal show, you flip over the card and you say, I really like them because, or you can just check, or you can put a star, or what. You don't have to say anything. You're going to have a whole bag. They're going to give you a bag, a huge bag. You'll have like papers, flyers, pictures, books, samples, all this in this bag. You're going to get home maybe that night and you're going to dump it out, and then you're like, yeah, there was like 2 or 3 people that I liked, but I can't remember. It was so many people. You dump it out and you look through it all, and then you can't find it because you can't remember because there's just so much going on. But then you flip over these cards and you see like a star. You're like, hey, this is the one. So then you'll know that that's the one that you liked. And then you can remember, and then you can call them up if they have a special that you want. And it lasts more than at the bridal show. You can write that on there really quick, and then you can give them a call the next day and set up an appointment with them, and you're all set to go. And so that helps make it more beneficial to you, because there is no way you're going to remember everything that people will tell you at the bridal show. Believe me, even if you go alone, you're not going to remember. So those little notes on the card, or if they don't have a card on their flyer or whatever, will help you out, help you to remember. Also, our next tip is, if you have already started planning your wedding and you maybe had booked your venue, and you may have booked your caterer, or you may have already booked your wedding planner, or maybe you need a wedding planner, whatever you are wanting or needing, write a little list. And then when you go, get the vendor sheet. They give you a vendor sheet and it has everybody's number on there. And then first, go check those out. See who they all are, talk to them, get to know their personalities, and then go see everybody else. And then after you do that, if there's somebody in your mind, after you see everybody else, you're like, oh yeah, I did really like them a lot. Then you go back and talk to them some more. Usually at bridal shows, vendors offer either a discount on their deposit, a discount on your overall package, or some sort of once-in-a-lifetime special at the bridal show. And usually, if you bring a couple $100s with you, or your credit card or something, if you have already scheduled out and budgeted for that in your wedding, it's very, very good of you to book them there, because then you can save lots and lots of money. Also, when you register there, you may also win their services. So, you get that little free thing, and then you get that sale. You have really saved a lot. And when it comes to weddings, even if you have a huge budget, a savings is a savings, because, weddings can be really expensive, which I'm sure you are starting to get to know about that so far. Also, the last tip I have is a really funny tip, but it's, a really good tip too, is if you are, they usually don't have enough seats at the runway show. And there's usually about 100 girls or 150 girls sitting down nicely in front of the stage when the runway show. And it will last about sometimes 30 minutes. And they give away the giveaways at that time too. So we all have these park chairs. They, some of them aren't as big as these, and you're going to use it anyway. You can buy them for $7, $10, $20 if you want to be fancy. But you can get these chairs and you just put it on your shoulder. You can bring your bridesmaid, and this will be her job to carry your chair, because, hey, you're the bride. You get the big sticker. You get all the perks. So have her carry your chair while you're walking around. And then when it's the bridal show time, If you're not one of those early girls who sit down and save your seat and just sit there and sit there and sit there and wait until the show starts, you can walk around until the end, and then you can always have a seat. You don't have to stand there, because by the time you're there for 3 hours, you're tired. You want to sit down. And if they don't have any seats, you're standing still. And then you're really not looking at the bridal gowns. And, you may see the dress of your dreams. And you don't want to miss out on that. Or they may be offering a sale. Or you may see some other things during the show. And you don't want to miss out on that or leave early. That's not a good idea. Also, our final tip is be there first. Be there when it first opens. Because sometimes if you wait, 2 hours, the show may last 4, and you don't get there until the second or third hour. Well, you may want to take cake vendors or caterers. Well, the thing that you want to taste or their specialty item may be all gone. You're out of luck. There's no other time you're going to be able to go around and taste all the premier cake people and all the premier caterers at one time in one place without feeling like you have to book them right away. You can get an overview. You say, they're good, they're not, they're okay. You can do that right there. And if you get there early, you can taste everybody, you can compare everybody, and then you can book who you want, or you can wait and go to some other people that aren't at the show. But it's up to you. That's the time you can really, really do that. And if you get there early, you will be able to without them running out. Because a lot of times by the end of the show, they don't have anything left. Because it's free samples, and they give out, and once it's gone, it's gone. So we hope that these tips really helped you out on your next bridal show visits. Bridal shows, wedding expos, small boutique shows. They're all great, and I do recommend that brides attend as many as they can, because at all of these, they give you prizes, they give you gifts, you get ideas, you get to meet vendors, and it's just a great time. I mean, when else will you be able to go to a bridal show? So don't skip out on the experience, because maybe you have hired a wedding planner like us who does everything for you, and you don't have to look for anything, but it's still fun. It's still fun, and you might get some new ideas that, you haven't been told about, or, some new ideas that you thought you was going to consider, and then you said no, and then you went, and you was like, I got to have it. So, it's a good thing. So I recommend highly attending bridal shows, bridal events, trunk shows at bridal shops, all types of wedding things I would recommend during this time. Have fun. Bring your bridesmaids, bring your friends, but don't bring too many so you can actually see what's happening and have a good time. All right, well, until next week, next Thursday at 1 o'clock, next week we are going to be talking about how to find out who that nasty girl is in your wedding party, or how to figure out who the nasty girl is before you put her in your wedding party. You don't want it to be ruined because of one person. So we'll see you next week, next Thursday, right here on Facebook Live. Bye.